Good morning, everyone. Yep, it ended up snowing yesterday. It's again living in a microclimate. It's pretty fabulous, interesting, and sometimes challenging. It started out pretty warm in the morning, and yeah, and then suddenly I was busy in the house with some stuff, and I went outside and whoa, it got cold in a hurry. I mean, an hour and a half earlier, or an hour earlier, it was like, yeah, okay, nice, kind of semi warm day. And it went to freezing within an hour and snowing rather than raining. That's what happens around here. So, yeah, my nephew couldn't really go out. There's no way I'm having anybody in that kind of cold going out there digging trenches or something. Not happening. There are other times for that, and it's not that bad. It's all right. It is what it is when you have to get over there with a truck and unload sawdust and it's wet and kind of muck and yep, you can tell exactly where the truck went through. But so anyway, no big deal. Anyway, so while we were talking, and this is an amazing 16-year-old. He's so sweet, really. And we are talking, and he gives me this flyer. I said, "Oh, what's that?" He says, "Yeah." I said, "I'm helping people with their computers and their tablets and stuff, laptops, fixing them and stuff." And I said, "Fixing how?" I said, say if there's something physically wrong with the equipment, or you actually go in and clean out and defragment. And yeah, he says that too. And, well, then you'll guess what. And of course, so he has this little flyer, right? And I said, hey, can I put that on Facebook? I said, I'm sure a lot of people around here my age would love to have just someone look at, okay, what's going on? Why is everything going so slow suddenly? And he can actually uh, he Trojan horsed himself to see if he can get rid of it, and sure enough he can within a short amount of time, and other stuff. Okay, all right. So I said, I want you to look at my computer. I said, my laptop. I said, so slow. I said, I know it's old. It's over 8 years old, and he says, sure. And he looks, and I don't know. I walked away, and he does his thing on it, and then come back, and here I'm going. Okay, I'm going to see how fast this thing is now. Oh man, it's like, whoop. I'm going. Whoa, okay. Whoop. Oh, okay. I mean, it was like everything came up just like this, right? And I thought, man, I'm going to have him do this about every 6 months, and pay him for it. Of course, he said, no, Aunt Daniela, you're not going to have to pay me. I said, yeah, I'm going to pay you. That's exactly the thing. When you're family of someone especially young wants to start this little business, this, that, his age, still in high school, I'm going to support that. Not use him now. Huh? For what? Cheap? Yeah. Right? Yes? I told him, I said, hey, look, you can always give a discount. Of course, mom and dad or sister, I get that, but and grandma, I said, but I want to give you something, right? I'm going to support you in this. So here's the thing, though. I thought, okay, I'm going to let him do my equipment. The same with the tablet. He showed me something. I was like, 99 tabs. So I said, where the heck are these tabs? So he showed me, right? Yeah, okay, that's how computer illiterate or internet illiterate or whatever illiterate when it comes to that kind of technology I am. And sure enough, man, and then he helped me with something else on the tab. I'm going, wow, yeah, okay. So I gave him $10. That's not much, right? Considering, okay, he wasn't spending that much time on it. He was so fast. And anyway, so I have firsthand experience with someone who does this kind of stuff. And now I feel like I can also be a reference to him saying, yeah, he's actually really good. All right, were these simple little things that he fixed? And I said, I don't know, but man, it sure helped me, right? And anyway, so, and of course, he checked and set out to see if there were any viruses hidden away somewhere that could, no, nothing. He says, man, your laptop and your tablet's so clean. Yeah. I said, yeah, well, I look up clean things and things that are I feel are appropriate to look up, and I try not to fall for things. Right? Yes, okay, all right. Anywho, so now with good conscience, yes, first-hand experience, I can advertise him and his little business, which might become huge, on Facebook, on my page. Yes, isn't that great? That's how I like to do things. Okay. All right. Well, that's what I wanted to share this morning. We are in. What a great day we had yesterday. And what a great day already this morning. Sun's shining, the horses are out. I left them in yesterday. Had a hunch. Well, I didn't want them to be out in the rain. And Bo needed a day off in the barn. But they're out today. Beautiful out there. My seeds are coming up. Yes, I planted peas and broccoli, and they're coming up. Yes. My sissy, my sister-in-law, is already worried of what I might plant next. But I won't be here again this summer, right? Then she's going, I have to take care of all this, so I'm going to be conservative about it. It's all right. Not everybody. I'll accept that. So we're in first book of Chronicles 12. It's a long one, guys, so I better not talk too much beforehand. These are the names of the famous warriors who joined David at Ziklag while he was hiding from King Saul. Are we going through that again? All right. Famous warriors. All of them were expert archers and slingers. Oh, sorry guys, gotta get up for a sec. I'm coming, boy. Where's Jake? Huh? I need to leave the door open now? Okay. Bring Jake back with you. Who knows, right? Okay. Oh. I left the door open. What now? You need to go out the back too? I said, one more time. Okay, all right. Come on. Yeah. Okay. Open it all up. Oh, I can't leave the back open though if he's coming down. Yeah, if I had one of those watches that, tells you how many steps you took or whatever, I think most of it would be pleasing these three dudes here. Three dog dudes. In and out and out and in and over there. But Gus, not Bo, Gus can't get out right now because of his hangnail that he has. I did let him out that one day and he came back bleeding with it. So, yep. We're going to have to wait until that's kind of healed up pretty good. All right, let's keep going here. Slingers. And they could use their left hands as readily as their right. Okay. What an accomplishment. Slingers. Archers and slingers. Slingshots. I don't know what that means. Like King Saul, they were all of the tribe of Benjamin. Their chief was Ahiezer, son of Shema from Gibeah. The others were his brother Joash, Yeziel, and Pelet, sons of Atzmavet, Berakah. Jehu from Anatot, Ishmaiah from Gibeon, a brave warrior rated as high or higher than the 30. Then why wasn't he one of the top 3? Then there would be top 4. No more room. I don't get it. Jeremiah, Yahaziel, Yohanan. As I said, what are they basing the bravery on, or on how many they killed? Okay. Jozabad from Gederah, Eluzai, Yerimot, Bealiah, Shemariah, Shephatiah from Harup. That's an interesting spelled word, Harup. Elkanah, Ishaiah, Azarel, Joezer, Yashobiam, all Korahites. Joelah and Zebediah, sons of Jeraham from Gedor. Great and brave warriors from the tribe of Gad also went to David in the wilderness. They were experts with both shield and spear, and were lion-faced men, swift as deer upon the mountains. So he's got all the people there, right, in the wilderness. What's there to eat in the wilderness, right? So I'd like to know, okay, there he comes. How did you sustain yourself there in the wilderness with water and food and hiding, kind of, right? They were hiding, weren't they? From Saul, right? Okay, that'd be interesting to know how they did that. Ezer was, maybe we don't want to know. Ezer was the chief. Obadiah was second in command. Eliab was third in command. Mishmannah was fourth in command. Jeremiah was fifth in command. Attai was sixth in command. Eliel was seventh in command. Yohanan was eighth in command. Elzabad was ninth in command. Jeremiah was 10th in command. Machbanai was 11th in command. Okay. Wow. I wonder if they got all along with you. All in command. These men were army officers. The weakest was worth 100 normal troops, and the greatest was worth 1,000. Wow. They crossed the Jordan River during its seasonal flooding and conquered the lowlands on both the east and west banks. All right. Others came to David from Benjamin and Judah. David went out to meet them and said, "If you have come to help me, we are friends. But if you have come to betray me to my enemies when I am innocent, then may the God of our fathers see and judge you." Not much trust going on here. Well, okay. Then the Holy Spirit came upon them. Oh, yeah. Okay. And Amasai, a leader of the 30, replied, "We are yours, David. We are on your side, son of Jesse. Peace, peace be unto you, and peace to all who aid you, for your God is with you." Really, that's considering what it just said here beforehand. They went and conquered the lowlands on both the east and west banks. Why? Why did they do that? Oh, to feed themselves? Okay, I'm just asking. Why did they have to go and conquer all that? Why did they do that? Yet here they say, "Peace, peace be unto you, and peace to all who aid you, for your God is with you." That's like a fallible something rather, if you ask me. Can you have it both ways? I don't know. Maybe. But it says you can't have the... Okay, I find this one a weird one. Can't have the cake and eat it too. Really? Well, that's silly. Why would you get the cake then, if you can't eat it? In Switzerland, we say, you can't have the bread and keep the money for it as well. Right? Yes? There has to be an exchange. That makes more sense to me. Yeah, right there, right? Can't have the cake and eat it too. What? How does that make sense? Anybody want to explain that to me? Well, people know what you actually mean. And no, I don't. Absolutely makes no sense. Use something different. I've said that before. Anyway, so there, for your God is with you. Okay, all right. There you go. Slip God in there somewhere. So David let them join him, and he made them captains of his army. All right, so he doesn't really trust them, though. He's not sure. He takes their word for it and makes them immediately captains of his army. I would first kind of check them out, see how they do otherwise, wouldn't you? Okay. Maybe they came with money and this and that. And okay, all right. Some men from Manasseh deserted the Israeli army and joined David just as he was going into battle with the Philistines against King Saul. Right. I find that weird. Okay. Ugh. But as it turned out, the Philistine generals refused to let David and his men go with them. After much discussion, they sent them back, for they were afraid that David and his men would imperil them by deserting to King Saul. Okay, well, that makes sense. And we've already read all this. I guess there's going to be a lot of repetition. It's all right. I would say now when people use the Bible to teach, right? You could go and look and say, okay, how's it written over here? Does that suit my needs for what I want out there for people to believe? Or do I need to go and get this one because that sounds a little better? Or right? Yes? You see? Why is that? Pick and choose. This is to pick and choose? Is the Bible about picking and choosing what suits or wants when it comes to all that? I don't know. Sounds a little like that to me. Here is a list of the men from Manasseh who deserted to David as he was en route to Ziklag. Adnah, Jozabad, Jediael, Michael, Jozabad, Elihu, Zilatai. Each was a high-ranking officer of Manasseh's troops. They were brave and able warriors, and they assisted David when he fought against the Amalek raiders at Ziklag. That's also something. Now, here you are. You've been put in charge. Right? These are high-ranking officers. You've been put in charge of other people under you, under King Saul, for example. Yeah? And you just leave them. Did they bring all their men with them, too, and said, hey, you know what, King Saul, that's not working out. Let's go to David. Let's support him. We need something different here. Whatever. Okay. Did they take all their men with them? It doesn't say. Maybe it'll say later. Right? Did they just desert the people that they were actually responsible for and left them without any kind of guidance? Just wondering, what kind of people are those? Regardless on what army you are in. I've said this before. What if you can only win a war if you're not losing one of your men? How would that be possible? None of your men kills any of the other ones. Just saying. That would not be a challenge. People have to talk to each other? All right. Okay. More men joined David almost every day until he had a tremendous army, the army of God. Really? Here is the registry of recruits who joined David at Hebron. They were all anxious to see David become king instead of Saul, just as the Lord had said would happen. That's not true. God never said anything like that. God did not want the people to have a king. And here it says, the people wanted to have another king. Does that have anything to do with God? God specifically told Samuel, No. I should be their guidance. Will I stay their guidance if they have a king? Well, look what's going on in all them other countries that now the Israelites are looking to, where there are kings. How are these kings out there so much better than me? But that's what they want, then give them that. I'm telling you what, that's going to turn into a mess. Yet here, what are they doing? Did Samuel not properly give that message? And they're under the, false idea that God's actually okay with this? It says right here, the people wanted David as the king, not Saul anymore. That's what it says here. But down here it says, just as the Lord had said would happen. Here is the registry of recruits who joined David at Hebron. They were all anxious to see David become king instead of Saul. Then they slipped in, just as the Lord had said would happen. That's not true. Okay, if it's true, then we're having a problem further back here. From Judah, 6,800 troops armed with shields and spears. From the tribe of Simeon, 7,100 outstanding warriors. From the Levites, 4,600. Well, there you go. I think I just proven my point. How did God put the tribe of the Levites into what position? What job did they have among the Israelites? And what are they doing? From the priests, descendants of Aaron, there were 3,700 troops under the command of Zadok, a young man of unusual courage, and Jehoiada. He and 22 members of his family were officers of the fighting priests. Well, I see. Okay. Hey, it was as it was. Right? From the tribe of Benjamin, the same tribe Saul was from, there were 3,000. Most of that tribe retained in allegiance to Saul. No, how's that possible? From the tribe of Ephraim, 20,800 mighty warriors, each famous in his respective clan. From the half-tribe of Manasseh, 18,000 were sent from the express purpose of helping David become king. From the tribe of Issachar, there were 200 leaders of the tribe of their relatives, all men who understood the temper of the times and knew the best course for Israel to take. Really? Is the tribe of Issachar, I can't remember now, part of the Levites? Then I would say, okay, but otherwise, okay. Here's another thing too. We know that when we read all through the tribes, on who God put in the front and on the back of the traveling Israelites as protection. Yes? And certain tribes were assigned to that. Okay, to fight? To go and start wars everywhere? For what? And the thing is, if a traveling people has that kind of protection around them, and so numerous, it's probably unlikely that someone will attack them. Right? They're going to take a look and go, no, not going to mess with that. Right? Yes? As long as there wasn't some other conflict where, as I said, one starts taking over someone else's territory, right? I'd say that most of the people, outsiders of the Israelites, God's people at that time, would have left them alone. Right? But God wasn't just going to take that kind of chance, and did put certain tribes as kind of the, all right, we've got to have a little something to intimidate them, right? Otherwise, my people are just going to be open to slaughter as well, right? Yes, I understand that. But as I said, how about with learning martial arts? You don't learn martial arts to defend or offend. You learn it to control your own self. Where then, with the kind of confidence that you stand in front of a conflict, you can solve it without physical violence or verbal abuse. Do you know what I mean? It's possible. I know it's possible. Been there, done that. On several occasions. But I had to learn it too. It was a discipline. Martial arts is a discipline. And you learn discipline. All right. From the half-tribe of Manasseh, 18,000 were sent for the express purpose of helping David become king. From the tribe of Issachar, there were 200 leaders of the tribe with their relatives, all men who understood the temper of the times, and knew the best course for Israel to take. From the tribe of Zebulun, there were 50,000 trained warriors. They were fully armed and totally loyal to David. Fully armed. From Naphtali, there were 1,000 officers and 37,000 troops equipped with shields and spears. From the tribe of Dan, there were 28,600 troops, all of them prepared for war. From the tribe of Asher, there were 40,000 trained and ready troops. From the other side of the Jordan River, where the tribes of Reuben and Gad and the half-tribe of Manasseh lived, there were 120,000 troops equipped with every kind of weapon. All these men came in battle array to Hebron with the single purpose of making David the king of Israel. In fact, all of Israel was ready for this change. They feasted and drank with David for 3 days, for preparations had been made for their arrival. People from nearby and from as far away as Issachar, Zebulun, and Naphtali brought food on donkeys, camels, mules, and oxen. Vast supplies of flour, fig cakes, raisins, wine, oil, cattle, and sheep were brought to the celebration, for joy had spread throughout the land. All right. We got to remember, again, I got it. I'm not getting it, but I got it. No, I'm not getting it. All right, whatever. You got to remember, this is a civil war here now. This isn't, hey, we finally are going to get together and get away from under the yoke, this, that, okay, from some outside king, and we're going to deliver our people from suffering. Right? This is a civil war among the Israelites. They're getting prepared. Right? It says almost from a lot of the tribes, right? Here are a certain amount of men, I'm assuming, all men, gathering around David, right, to then fight whom? And with Saul, aren't there also men from all those tribes? With Saul still? I think that when you, and for no other reason, that they want to switch kings, okay? If from all over Israel, this vast feat for these hundreds of thousands of soldiers now around David can be held for 3 days, that means that there is plenty of food and I don't know what plentiful there for the Israelites, right? Just as God said it would be. And here they are, during times like that, prepared to kill each other. just to switch kings. Just saying, right? Yes. Sadly, I feel like in the country that I live in right now, it's kind of the same thing is happening. Maybe a little differently, this and that, right? Yes? But I don't think that's any way to solve any kind of conflict. And one just has to, okay, let's see what happens next, right? I believe prayers work. I do. And rather than being, okay, well, I'm this, or I'm that, I'm a party of this, or I'm a party of that. Well, I believe this, I believe that. I'd like God to be my guide. I like to consult God. So what would you do? I kind of want to get mad too and say certain things. It's like, that's not how I operate. Gotta just wait until more and more people, hopefully a lot of younger people, say, we need the guidance from God. We've got to open up our spiritual senses and listen to the side of goodness and go from there. Yes? Okay. All right. That's what I wanted to share this morning. It's a long one, no doubt. And I've got some paintings. I'm going to have to start without my grandchildren on those because things have changed. But I still could be going up there. Okay, it's all a little bit. My daughter says, "Oh, Mom, thank you for being so flexible." Yes, I can do that now. Yeah, I prepped well in the past for this time now, where I can be available to my children, my grandchildren. Yes. I love it. Absolutely love it. Also for the people I live here with, they are flexible for me when I have to go up there, but then also here, right? Yes. When one has to do this or that, yeah. One of us here picks up the slack. Yeah. All right. Just say it's wonderful, but that does take a little bit of prep, right? From when you're young to what you're doing in life to when you get older. Huh? Okay. All right. That's all I wanted to share this morning. Otherwise, I'm going to go on and on and on. God's love and blessings always. May He protect you, and I will talk to you all another time.